Hello everyone, thanks for stopping by. This is more or less going to be a wrap-up video for 2018's garden. Pretty uneventful this year. We'll start here in the front. These were my two varieties of cherry tomatoes. The two on the right were the Praxis cherry. As you can see, very fruitful, loaded plants, toppled over. Lots of fruit. This is the tail end. You can just see there's a couple greens left, but Praxis cherries don't get tall, but the stems are thick and they're very bushy plants. So we're just picking the finals here. Weather's dropped finally. We've had a very hot season. I think we had 4 weeks in the 90s here in Ohio. And just this last week it's been dipping down into the 40s and 50s. It's probably low 50s right now. And everything's just starting to... That really took a hit on everything. These other two cherries are just some... We have no idea what they are. There were some cherries that are on the side of the house here that my wife really liked. So we decided to go ahead and continue to plant them every year. And as we walk around to the side, you'll see we actually had some more that popped up, so I really didn't need to even bring any out here. This is my my front. I picked some of my hot peppers yesterday. This was from the Ford's Fiery Foods Challenge. It was John Ford put on a challenge earlier in the spring. He sent you a pack of 10 seeds if you happen to have what he called the Golden Reaper seed. I don't know, you win a prize. I don't know if he sent you some free seeds. But I just confirmed last night that these are indeed Golden Reapers, which is awesome. So, not much of a tail to them. I've got some that are more looking like a Reaper, but I haven't tried them yet. So we'll see what they are, see how much heat they have. They should be brutal. And he said the others should have been either yellow Nagas or red Nagas. But I've got several varieties here. He actually sent me one that was a chocolate variety. And I've got at least 2 different varieties of reds. This is a typical Naga. But I've got some that look like Morugas. And I think all the Morugas are on the bottom. But they're real short, stubby, and they almost look like a brain strain or a 7-pot. Yeah, I don't have any of them here. Well, these are all big Nagas. But, yep, Gold Reapers. All right, let's go around to the back. Shooting with my Yee camera right now, and the battery's flashing, so we'll have to get through this quick. Anyway, side of the house here. This is where those other cherry tomatoes popped up. So plenty here too. And my little pumpkin. That was my freebie. A pumpkin plant. That plant stretched all along the side of the house here. And only one pumpkin out of it. But that's typical. So let me crawl under here. Apologize for the background noise. There's a lot going on around here today. I pulled most of my tomato plants the other day. Most of them had toppled over. So I just went ahead and pulled them. The apple trees have been pretty much saved this year with the orange fence I put around them. I haven't had any deer trying to get underneath the fence. And there's deer in here all the time. There's deer tracks over here. I just saw them the other day. But I pulled all the tomatoes out. I left one on just because it had a couple of green ones on it yet. Here's an example of one of those Russians. See how it looks like almost like an ox heart. Here's a big Brandywine that didn't make it. And then over here to my pepper plants. So I had 7 of them. And these are just loaded with peppers that I need to pick yet. They're just loaded. Look at all those green peppers there. And then this is the Reaper plant here, the Golden Reaper. You can see it down there. There's a couple more I need to pick. But lots of greens. A lot of green Reapers. I just don't know if we're going to have enough heat now to get these ripened. But I got to come in here and pick. And this is all going to be made into hot sauce. Look at all those up in there. Look at all those. Beautiful, beautiful. Yep, that's all ready to be picked. This is all going to be hot sauce. And I'll dry some. I like putting I'll make it into like pepper powder, and we'll put them on top of like spaghetti, lasagna. Love that kind of stuff. And I left my clippers out here the other day. Oops. And they got rusted. Isn't that something? Live TV. Well, I guess I'm going to need a new pair of clippers. Anyway, I think that's it for the... Oh, one more thing. I forgot to grab these. These were the Black Versange tomatoes. Delicious, small. The plants, I had 2 plants of these. They weren't very productive. I was hoping to get a lot more of these, but I'm going to try to plant them next year. We'll see how it goes. But it takes an awful lot of these to make a sauce or whatever you want to use. You probably put these in a salad, but you need an awful lot of them. So for next year, Brandywines for sure. I might do some more paste tomatoes. I didn't do any of those this year, so I don't have any tomato sauce. We're going to have to do something about the weed control. I was good until about a month and a half ago. I actually tilled it again while the plants were there in between the rows, which was good, but the weeds just took over. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'd like to go to a trellis type of thing maybe next year for the tomatoes. My staking, my plants just topple over. Like this year, they actually just, I tied them to stakes and then they toppled over. So I don't know. I'd like to go to a trellis system next year. That's kind of my goal. So we shall see. Well, I think that's going to be it for the 2018 garden. And thanks for stopping by. We'll see what happens next year. I'm already thinking about some seeds for next year. So we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll do the first video, maybe January. We'll start to sprout some of those or germinate the peppers. Maybe get those peppers growing earlier this year or next year. All right, 2018 in the books. Thanks again for stopping by. Be sure to subscribe.